Well, hey now, everybody. It's the Rob from 106.1 KISS FM and 103gbfrocks.com. Teaming up once again with my tag team partner in podcasting, Mr. America himself. Please welcome to the show, Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
Good morning. A couple things. First, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have all my fingers. You have all your fingers?
No fireworks for this guy.
No explosions in my hand for this guy. So I made it. That's the first thing. We've all gotten through another holiday season without turning our hand into a skin glove.
Brittany's been out of town all week, so I did make one explosion in my hand yesterday, but all my fingers and toes are about me.
Just one? I'm usually web slinging around the house like Spider-Man when the kids and Kelly are out of town. Zam, zam, zang, zoom, zam.
You know what's funny is, like, I had to drop her off at the airport on Monday, and when I got back, I'll be damned if it wasn't just 90 seconds to 2 minutes.
You waste no time. There's no romancing. Like, I'm not putting on a Boys to Men album. I'm just going right to the business.
Yeah, it's just business. Yeah, just all business.
Kelly's always just like, well, what are you doing at home? And I'm like, violating myself like a parking meter. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, Brittany's asking me if I'm bored without her. It's like, you know what? I've found some ways to fill the time.
Yeah. 6 minutes at a pop.
By the way, while I'm hoping she's not listening today, happy birthday, sweetheart, if you are listening.
Oh, happy birthday to her. Also, happy birthday, Jake the Snake Roberts. Look at that shirt, Rob.
Is this not Bay?
Oh, that's my favorite shirt you've ever worn.
Dude, $4.99.
Like a 16-bit Jake the Snake Roberts.
That's 8-bit, bro. I don't know what era you coming from. That's an 8-bit Jake the Snake Roberts shirt, if I've ever seen one.
It's 8-bit. 16's too much. I love it. $4.99. They still had that on the site, huh?
I just got a text message from Brittany that says, "Hey, I'm hoping."
Hey, I heard about you beating your meat. I know all about it.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
To commemorate your special day and to show you how happy I am that you were born. I'm gonna choke the chicken.
This picture of Jake the Snake is actually a picture of me every moment since you've been gone. Happy 31st, babe. I love you.
That's an 8-bit picture of Rob playing with himself.
Oh, man. Oh, we're off to a killer start. Happy birthday, Jake the Snake.
Where do we go? Happy birthday, Jake the Snake. Now, listen.
Hey, go ahead.
Do you want to know which wrestlers your soon-to-be wife actually shares a birthday with?
Oh, hell yeah. Yes, I do. While you're looking, do you have that in front of you already?
I have it ready.
Go. Yeah, please.
We'll go in descending order of importance. We'll start with Adam Cole.
Oh, okay, sure.
Jerry Sags, one of the Nasty Boys. And Hillbilly Jim.
Hillbilly Jim,
I think he's the big name on that list.
Yeah.
Adam Cole, baby.
I feel like the only Hall of Famer is Hillbilly Jim.
Well, he's in there. I don't see the Nasty Boys getting it anytime soon. Did you just get another text from her? Is she listening? Is that what's happening?
My phone's blowing up. Hold on.
Great. This is great. Robson mid-coitus with himself.
No, I'm getting blown up on Facebook about the contest that just happened. That actually Steve won ringside with the Rob tickets, which is actually great because Steve's going ringside with the Rob and Jerry.
Oh my God!
So hold on a second. I'm getting
yes.
So I know
it was Steve at the show.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. Yeah, he's going to be like arm's length from us. I don't know where he's going to be, but we'll be in the same section in the same vicinity. So I'm getting a message.
End up being like beside us? Is that?
It's supposed to be near. I'm not in charge of the tickets, but yeah. So I know this is awesome, right?
I'm still looking forward to this whole experience. I cannot wait to go to the show and be a part of the KISS family and hang out with the Rob.
So hold on a second. Did I do something wrong? Because I'm getting a message here that's worrying me.
What'd you do?
So
What'd the message say?
So hold on. My trivia question this morning, and Steve got it right. So my question this morning was, what team reunited at SmackDown on Tuesday and defeated the Bludgeon Brothers?
Hell no.
Yeah, right? So I'm getting a message now on Facebook. Technically, Steve's answer was wrong because Team Hell No got back together 2 weeks ago and have yet to fight the Bludgeon Brothers. Last Tuesday, they defeated the Usos, or maybe I watched a different SmackDown because they don't fight them till Extreme Rules. Didn't they fight the Bludgeon Brothers on Tuesday?
Okay, so they didn't beat the Bludgeon Brothers. They beat the Usos to keep the Usos out of the Bludgeon Brothers match. But they did reunite the other night. But they did fight the Usos Tuesday night.
Oh, okay. Well, Daniel, you got me. I apologize, but I mean,
the question was the same.
What team reunited is really what I wanted to know.
Whatever. Guess what, Daniel? Guess what? Just based on your reaction to this whole situation, I don't want to sit with you at this show anyway. How about that? I don't want to be anywhere near you.
Sometimes it happens, man. You know, I watch so much wrestling in a given week, and I thought they beat up the Bludgeon Brothers last week.
Just kiss my butt. I mean, the Bludgeon Brothers came out. Remember, they came out at the end of SmackDown Live, and it was like this really weird. They come out, then their music stops, and everyone's staring at each other, and then we're waiting for TV to cut. That was weird.
All right, I'm just gonna let me reply to this guy. I'll just deal with it later.
Whoa, just reply.
You want me to reply? Okay,
I'll
reply right now. Here.
Reply. I'll be your anger translator. You want to tell me what you're writing, or
no? I can handle this responsibly. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah.
Upon
Dear Daniel,
further review, they did beat the Usos. Right.
Dear stupid know-it-all.
However, I was more concerned about which team united.
You weren't going to win anyways because you weren't the right caller, so why don't you just go shove it where the sun don't shine? Love the Rob.
Okay, I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to leave it at that. Upon further review, they did beat the Usos. You're right. However, I was more concerned about which team reunited. Bam, send.
Kiss my butt.
I'll tell you, wrestling fans, they're the life and the death of me. You know what I mean?
They can be so good. They can be so bad. Speaking of so good, kudos to the guy at SmackDown. Did you see the sign? Did you see the sign at SmackDown?
Which one?
I attend more WWE events than Brock Lesnar.
Oh, hold on. He's typing.
Hell's bells.
All right,
Daniel.
no, he's cool. He says, LOL, I know. Thanks, Daniel. Okay, so see, problem solved. Let's
burn in hell, Daniel.
I want to start. First of all, it's he's typing again. It's
you and your mother.
I've got some exciting news that even you don't know about yet.
What's this?
At the end of the podcast, I will announce what WWE wrestler will be coming in for interviews on Tuesday, July 24th for the SmackDown show.
Yes, so someone is coming in?
Yes, someone is coming in.
Can I assume that at the end, if you announce that it's the Bludgeon Brothers, that it'll actually be the
Usos? Daniel said, just had to pick on you. Tell Brittany happy birthday. Thanks, buddy. He must be watching. Thanks, Daniel. I will let her know that someone who watches post to post wishes her happy birthday.
We appreciate you, Daniel. And if you come up to us that Tuesday night, I'll slap you in the mouth for making this podcast weird.
He was cool about it. As long as
I know, I'm kidding. I'm being a heel.
Yeah, Jerry's going heel. So yes,
I
have found out who will be our in-studio guest on the day of SmackDown, and I can tell you this: one of my in-studio guests that entire morning will be Mr. Jerry Valeri.
Oh, I will be there.
I mean, if you want to wake up early enough.
I'm coming. I would do it anytime you want me to be with you. I'm with you. Now, Tell me who it is now.
Can we tell you now?
Why are we waiting? What are you doing? You're building Cume? I'm dying here.
Yeah, I was building Cume, but that's fine.
Build Cume.
Okay, yeah, so we'll do it at the end of the podcast. We'll tell you who it's going to be. And I will also say this, while I don't have any details yet, we are working out ways that we may be able to bring some fans in.
I'll decide if I like that idea.
I can't say definitively, but I can say we're working on ways to see if we can bring some fans in to meet and greet this person.
I don't, no way. That's going to take away my time.
And I believe, yeah, we'll do this next week. Check this out. Ready? Another major announcement. Next week, one lucky post-to-post viewer will win WWE SmackDown tickets.
Oh, there we go. Dropping announcements on your asses.
Open your asses, everybody, because we're dropping announcements.
Woo!
Woo!
Boom!
So someone's going to win SmackDown tickets. Someone's going to possibly meet the wrestler who's coming in, and it's a whole thing. So I found out this morning who will be visiting us besides Jerry Valerio on the 24th.
I cannot wait to find out who that's going to be.
All right. So we'll do that at the end of the podcast. However, I don't know if this is the end of the podcast or not. I don't have a whole lot to say about SmackDown. I would describe it as middle of the road. I would say Raw easily won the week. SmackDown wasn't awful, but really wasn't that good if you ask me.
Wasn't really that good. You could tell that they were very close to the holiday, and they were kind of feeling it. One segment I particularly liked, but I had an issue with still at the same time, was the New Day pancake eating competition, and then Sanity coming out. And I liked it because it was done really well, I thought, and was exactly what Sanity's supposed to do, just causing chaos, coming out of nowhere. Why are they doing this? Unbelievable. Beat up New Day, smacking them around with their pancakes. Vicious. Good. What my problem is this should have been their debut. That's how Sanity was supposed to come in, and not like, up next, Anarchists. They're scheduled to be here, and they'll be here right on time. Sanity.
You make a good point. Their debut, I thought, was fine. It's everything subsequently has not been fine, and you're right. They're not being what they are. And strangely enough, it's Absolution, or I'm sorry, it's the Riot Squad that's being who Sanity is supposed to be.
Right.
So,
yeah, they're still on a different show, like we're not going to notice.
Yeah, or maybe we could combine them and do something special. I know they used to have a girl, I think Nikki Cross, in the group, and, I don't know. I just want them, both of those groups need to be doing more. The only week that the Riot Squad got it right was that week that they drew graffiti all over Bailey. That's the only time they got it right.
They need to keep that up, and Sanity needs to start doing more things like that. They need to stand apart so they're not just... I mean, right now, Sanity seems like a carbon copy of the Bludgeon Brothers, sort of. Yeah,
or just a far less impactful Bludgeon Brothers, or, a Bludgeon Brothers that have already picked up 2 losses and 1 win. It's not going well, which was kind of the forecast I heard for Sanity's future.
And that's upsetting to me because I think they're all very good workers, and I really like Eric Young, but Killian Dane, I think, is a standout.
Agreed, and I feel like together they're better than the sum of their parts, or whatever the expression is. And I really want to see these guys all win as opposed to all fail. And I agree. Killian is my favorite of the group.
He wasn't my favorite of the group for a while, and then after War Games, and he's in the ladder match, like he's really...
Yeah, no, I agree. And his look is unique. He's got this, like, I just call him like a zombie Viking kind of look, and it's cool.
Right. He's just, he is just built like an oval.
Like a barrel.
Yeah, and I mean, and he can move, and that's what's impressive is he can move.
Correct. Yeah, usually you don't get workers when guys are that size. You usually get like a Funkadactyl or a Funkosaurus or whatever.
Yeah,
but you got a guy who really can put a match together with Killian. So I'm with you right there, 100%.
Jeff Hardy and The Miz. Did you like that match? That was a good match.
It was fine. It didn't feel important for some reason to me. Like, I don't know. I didn't feel like there could have been a title change on Tuesday. Obviously, I like The Miz being visible, but when I think of these open challenges, I prefer when it's a up and comer as opposed to an established guy who's been there before.
I agree. I really do agree. I mean, think of when John Cena did it. They used it as an opportunity not to put on marquee matches, but to put on marquee quality matches with guys that would never be on the marquee. Like, think of some of the best John Cena matches in that U.S. Open. The Kevin Owens bit was really great, but one of the best matches was Cesaro. And Cesaro was not Cesaro and Sheamus Cesaro yet. He was not getting pushed at all. And they were putting on 5-star matches, 4 stars.
He wasn't just, winning or losing. He was putting people over. Like, Cesaro looked great. Kevin Owens, his career skyrocketed because of that. And I would argue the same could be said for Sami Zayn.
Yes.
So I feel like that's the best example of A, an open challenge, and B, I'll just limit it to the WWE run, but John Cena may be my favorite U.S. champion of all time. And yes, I know Bret Hart has held the title, but not a memorable run like Cena's.
Well, and Bret Hart wasn't your favorite when he was the U.S. champion. I think John Cena really turned a corner for you personally while he held that belt, and the same for me.
Yeah, he was doing the right thing, and we all, I feel like as a community, and like I guess us smarter fans, we all gained so much respect from Cena after that title run.
I sure did.
So, what else happened on SmackDown worth talking about? I have the run sheet open here.
Hell no.
Yeah, I guess obviously it didn't resonate much with me because I thought they beat the Bludgeon Brothers. So you can tell how much attention I was paying to it.
Right. But they're, I do love what they're doing with Daniel Bryan. They're not rushing the Miz thing at all. They see that there's money on the table with that. They're holding it off, and they're finding new creative stuff. Bringing Kane in. When I was on vacation and I saw Kane came back, I was bummed out. But now that I see what they're doing, they're just revisiting something they thought they'd never get to go back to.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan coming back opens up so many new opportunities for everybody. And so I'm actually okay with Team Hell No right now.
Yeah, as long as they keep it kind of short term. And then my other real concern is it's just like, it's so weird. It's the weird timing with Sasha and Bayley on Raw. You know what I mean? Like, because they're going through the therapy session with literally the same doctor. And the same week that happens, they reunite Team Hell No. Come on now.
Do they have a split writing staff, or are the people writing Raw writing SmackDown, and maybe they're just getting they're borrowing from themselves too much?
Almost positive it's split.
They're borrowing from one another almost too much.
Because Road Dogg, I think, is in charge of SmackDown's writing team.
He might be in charge of it, but I mean, do they have some of the same writers?
I don't know. I think they're split, but don't quote me on that. So, let's see. So, I mean, I
think they're split, Rob.
I just said, don't quote me.
You quote me. You also said the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe.
Never quote me. And one of my quotes one of the things I say on the radio is, unless it has to do with music, video games, or pro wrestling, don't believe a word I'm saying. And now this time I'm getting caught with my pants down for real.
Right. By the way, I can't look at that shirt now without seeing you playing with your junk. Like, this is an actual picture of me on the couch the minute Brittany went into the sky. I just see you wrap it around my neck.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Jake the Snake.
Happy birthday, Hillbilly Jim.
Happy birthday, Brittany.
Happy birthday, Brittany.
Aiden English over, AJ Styles over Aiden English. Rusev turns violent afterwards. I'm all in on this. It's a new opponent for AJ. I have a feeling it's going to be good. I'm I'm fine with where they're going with that. I'm fine with the pacing. Yeah, I'm assuming you're good with it too. You're a Rusev guy.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Was it you that posted the thing that said Aiden English and Rusev are the answer to the question, what if Wario and Waluigi were hot?
That was Mike, I believe. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny though. And boy, am I weird? Rusev is okay. Aiden English, I don't think is hot. And I'm comfortable admitting when somebody is a guy.
Yeah, I think Rusev's a good-looking dude, but I think Aiden English is weird and skinny, like muscly, bony. Like he's in great shape, but he's just too veiny and skinny and pale.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, we were talking about whether or not Sarah Logan was hot last time. Maybe we can talk about is Aiden English hot this time? Is
Aiden English hotter than Sarah Logan?
I mean, I'll say he's hotter than Waluigi. But I don't think he's crossed the hot threshold personally.
Oh, Waluigi.
Let's see. Oh, okay. What about this? Asuka and James Ellsworth ended in a double count out. Paige says they will have a rematch next week, except it's going to be a Lumberjill match.
I called this. I was so happy when he came back. I was like, he's going to fight Asuka. She's going to get a win over Ellsworth.
Well, she doesn't have one yet.
She'll get one. She's
at the point in her career where I don't think that's a slam dunk.
Well, he did beat AJ Styles.
He's got, I believe, isn't it multiple victories over AJ Styles, or am I wrong about that?
Multiple, and I love that whole thing. Man, I used to think like Asuka was just a layup, and all of a sudden I guarantee she was penciled in to be a layup right now. But Carmella is out-kicking her coverage. Carmella is doing better than I think they thought she would, and she's really getting over. Carmella's a good champion right now. I'm confident to say she's not just better than I expected. She's a good champion.
Would you say you're a fan of Carmella?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I would say
but I have been for a long time. I've always kind of liked her. I know you didn't. You don't like her bathing suit. You don't like you didn't like. It wasn't working for you, but it seems to be working for you now.
Since she's won the title and since she has not dropped the ball anytime here recently, everything I've said about her has been pretty complimentary since she won the title.
Right.
I was not so complimentary before that, but I feel like, you know how with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson, sometimes Conrad will ask Bruce, why didn't $1 Million Man get a title run? And some people, the answer is he didn't need it.
Right.
Carmella's a great example of someone who has really benefited from a title run.
I think Alexa Bliss was too. And then they run with it. And then they could look at someone like Charlotte and say they don't need it. But at some point, Charlotte probably will.
I don't think there's any woman right now except for Ronda Rousey who doesn't need it.
Yeah, Asuka needs it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the undefeated streak was great and all, but yeah, it never did culminate in a title run. And, I mean, that's just so weird about wrestling. Is like, think about how many women got title shots over the past 10 months.
You think there's a master plan there? Or is Vince, like, I hate to be the conspiracy theory guy, but like, it's sometimes hard to ignore. They're like, all right, we've had her win 430 days in a row. We're going to bring her to WrestleMania, and she's going to fight for the championship. And Vince is like, I love it. Make her lose. And then she'll lose everything else right after it. That'll be perfect. Why is he bury NXT? Like, he doesn't give NXT, he doesn't do the call-ups any favors when they come up. You'd think you'd bring them up and use whatever momentum they have to keep them moving instead of stopping the momentum and then seeing if they can regrow. It's weird.
I have an answer for you. I have two answers for you. One is kind of a joke and one is kind of for real. Start
with the joke.
Okay. They just wanted her to pass CM Punk's title run. And then the reality behind it is I think that's really important to them. I know how much they really wave that CM Punk flag and how often they refer to the longest running title runs.
So bitter.
Bitter.
You're such a bitter man.
Quite the opposite. And then the real reason, I think, is when Vince called her up, I feel like he had a spot in mind for her, as he does with anybody of any gender. He's got a spot in mind for where they go in the card. And when he called up Asuka, she was in the middle of this lightning in a bottle thing on NXT where she had all these consecutive wins. And I think he decided to ride that out until it benefited him to stop it, which happened at WrestleMania. And then I think she's going to settle on where Vince probably saw her when he called her up.
And it's not at the top.
No, I don't think so. But I mean, there's always wiggle room and room for improvement. I don't think she did anything that dropped the ball while she was in that run, but
it's weird. And then you got guys like Sanity who are on the top of the card at NXT, and then they come in, and then we'll just put them at the bottom.
I'm not sure Sandy would be at the top of the card. Personally, they weren't at the bottom, but you know, and
no, they weren't at the top, but they were in a lot of main events.
Yeah, they were established for sure.
Yeah.
And then I expect, by the way, the Lumberjill match next week to just be so much comedy. Every time I see Ellsworth, I don't know why I always think of Steve, but I do. And I'm like, I don't get how Steve doesn't like this.
Listen, if Ellsworth keeps having matches on SmackDown Live, are you going to wear your Ellsworth shirt to SmackDown Live?
That's happening either way.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, well, something else just dawned on me too. But yes, that I will be wearing that shirt on Tuesday, July 24th, without a doubt.
Will you? Because I'm with you. That's good. Well, I was already planning on wearing my Something to Wrestle shirt that you got me. So like we're totally planning our outfits.
So, and then the only other thing on the rundown sheet is Becky Lynch defeated Peyton Royce via submission.
Boring. Get to who's coming into the studio. I'm dying over here.
All right, you want like a drum roll or anything?
Yeah, like a big drum roll. Like let's build this up again for people just tuning in mid post to post. On the 24th, the day of SmackDown Live, Rob is going to have a guest in the studio from the WWE. I'm going to be with him, and we're about to find out who is coming in.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty excited because I know definitively you are a fan of this person.
Oh, yes. Really?
Yes, because I can quote you by saying, I am a fan of this person, Jerry Valeri.
What did I say? Carmella.
It is, in fact, Carmella.
Money! I'm going to try to make out with her.
Fabolous. I got to stop, but you know. Here's
my moonwalk.
And that's why I was saying, hell yeah, I'm going to wear my James Ellsworth t-shirt.
Damn straight you're going to wear that. You have to. Boy, I hope he comes in with her. He could. You never know.
I'm going to go ahead and doubt it, but you know what? I'll call it a possibility.
Fabolous.
Now, I will also say I've learned in radio, these are subject to change.
Yes.
I mean, the time we got Christian, we were scheduled all week to have Randy Orton, and something changed. But that's who I've gotten word we will be talking to that day.
One time we were supposed to have, now we ended up getting Jeff Hardy once, but before that we were supposed to get Jeff Hardy in the studio when we got Hurricane on the phone.
That reminds me of a time at the WrestleMania fan access I went to for WrestleMania 18. Everyone was in line for, I forget if it was Kurt Angle or Hulk Hogan, but it was a big time main eventer. And everyone had like an hour time slot. So everyone who's at the front of the line is like, yeah, they're salivating. We're going to get, I forget if it was Hulk or Kurt, but they're all excited to get the autograph. And then that person gets up, and who sits down but Terry Reynolds? So the people who are waiting in line for the Hulkster or Kurt, I forget who, wound up getting FaceTime with Terry Reynolds.
It's such a switch. I mean, it's such a it's
So, but yeah, but you know what? Like I was saying, if this were 2 months ago or before she won the women's championship, I would be really disappointed. But she has stepped her game up incredibly, and I'm not talking out of both sides of my mouth here. If you go back to since she won the title, and every time we've discussed her on Post to Post,
oh no,
it's been very complimentary.
Yeah, you've been very complimentary, and I have been more consistently, just for a longer amount of time. For me, I was just distracted by the boobs, and you were waiting for the work to come, and the work finally came and met the boobs, and now it's just a totally perfect package.
Once the work met the boobs.
It's good. It's good. So now I have to wear a bathing suit when I come in, a one piece, just like she does.
Well, bring your bathing suit because I think there's a water park where we're going the day before.
Well, I'll bring trunks for that, but I mean, I'll wear Kelly's bathing suit too, so I look like Carmella.
You'll look fabulous.
Yeah, I look so fabulous. I'm going to moonwalk.
I don't know what we're going to do, but next week we're going to have an opportunity for you to win WWE SmackDown tickets. So please keep it locked here to Post. Is there anything we need to get to before I go home and make my explosion?
Happy birthday, Brittany.
Happy birthday, Brittany. I'm just kidding, sweetheart. I haven't done that.
Yet today.
No, I haven't done it today.
Spoiler alert, I have. As soon as I woke up, it was the only way I could get myself out of bed.
Are you for real?
I'm dead serious.
Oh, I love you. I've never done it before work when I've done a morning show.
Kelly was snoring beside me, and I was like, I can get away with it. I can do it right now. Right.
Jerry, firm mattress Valeri.
Kapow! Wipe. Time to start my day.
Happy birthday, Brittany.